Good morning, you guys. We are making bone broth today. So our chickens have been processed. We've gone through and, they're all in the freezer and they're ready. The meat is done. And so we have stuff like necks and feet and bones. And we are using our crock pot each morning to start making some bone broth. And I just wanted to quickly say we also can make it in the Instapot pretty easily. But we have found that we just prefer this better. The broth seems to come out a little bit better, and it utilizes the stuff a little more because it's just kind of simmering longer, and it's hands off because once I start this, I don't have to do anything until this evening. So I put whatever basically fits in the crock pot. We do whatever seasonings you prefer. We like to put a little salt and pepper and a little sprinkle of Italian for some extra flavor, and then we just basically fill the crock pot till almost full. We leave a little bit of room just to be safe with water, and we just put it on low. And our goal is about 12 hours. And then when that's done, we just let it cool for a second because it's very hot after 12 hours. And we have set up a bowl with our strainer on top, and we just pour it all in there. And the stuff that's not, didn't make it through the strainer is, we're done with. And then that bone broth falls through. And the next step that we like to do, there's a lot of ways you can save your broth. I mean, you can just put it in the fridge if you're going to use it soon, but we are making a lot, right? We had 50 chickens. So we found this really cool hack where you pour it into a muffin pan, freeze that, and then pop those out into little freezer bags. So you have all these ours make about 1/4 of a cup. That way, you have to know that before you cook with it. It just makes it really easy to pop those into your recipes. So that is what we are really excited. It's simple, but you have to be on top of it and get it started each morning too. All right, you guys, so we are just doing, it's just kind of eyeball it, right? A little bit of salt. One thing I forgot to mention is if you have any veggies to cut up and put it in there, it'll help with the flavoring, but it's also not necessary. So I'm just kind of doing it if we have it. Like if I'm like, oh, I have an extra little bit of this celery, then great, I will do it. Here's our Italian. And if not, I'm not that worried about it because our soups will, we can always add flavor to that as well. So simple, right? And then I'm just gonna fill it. It's gonna take a couple of these, and then once it's almost full, we'll set it on low. My crock pot's highest temperature that it goes to, or highest temperature, highest amount of time is 10 hours. So I'll set it for 10, somewhere around the midday when I'm like checking on it, I just reset it on low again. And then in order to not have to deal with this tomorrow, when we're like getting ready for dinner, I will turn it off, let it start cooling. And then after dinner, I do the whole finishing it up, putting it in the muffin tins. And then sometime today, I have to get our one from yesterday out of the muffin tins. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly show you. This is the one we had from yesterday. So it's just in our muffin tin, and we will put it in the sink, and we'll just run hot water over the backs of it until I hear one pop out. And then after that, I can usually just pop the rest out with a knife and put it in the freezer bag. And we have 2 of these. So we're just processing 2 a day, and that fills up one giant freezer bag, like a gallon bag, and then off to the freezer it goes. So my little helper here likes to help pop them out, put them in that bag, and it becomes a pretty quick process once we have kind of figured out our method and our timing each morning. So the earlier you start, the less work you have to do and stuff at night. So